and we're just going to go with it. What's up, guys? Justin R. Harris here. Thank you guys for tuning in with the investments channel. I have quite a bit of information. There's a little bit of a delay when we tried to get started because for some reason, we're on 3 platforms live right now. So we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, and then YouTube. I don't even know what to say about you guys right now. You guys have messed up a few things with my information right now. The few videos I put out, you guys jacked my audio. I can't even explain that. I sound like I am one of the chipmunks on there for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what that's about, right? And there's no excuses because LinkedIn, same time, streamed at the same time, and the audio, video, all of that was smooth and crisp like it's supposed to be. So you guys work on that. Figure that out because we're streaming pretty high, with Comcast, which that's another conversation, but we're actually doing pretty well, and it's putting out the proper amount of information. Anyway, so you guys know about the housing market right now. This is what I'm here. You guys know what I specialize in. We always talk about real estate investments, specifically with my wheelhouse happens to be commercial real estate, helping with investments, doing portfolios and pro formas, helping people, offload or pick up more. I have a team that they're very strong. They're all very proficient, and we go out there and we find business and make it happen. That's just what we do. I speak on the economy a bit, which is huge. You got to stay abreast to that information because right now, especially with today's economic climate, you need to be up to date, especially if you are the type that is investing right now and you're looking out there trying to figure out what to do with your money. Right. So I like to be able to guide you with that somehow, especially if you happen to cross my path and we go shopping. Right. Which reminds me, I need to look into some information. I got quite the laundry list of work to get caught up with starting tomorrow morning. So that's going to be interesting. So getting right into it right now, we understand the ups and downs with the housing market. I was watching a video with Clear Value Tax, and he was pretty thorough. He's very just kind of like no emotion, just drops facts on you, reads out some information and doesn't cut around the corner. You know what I mean? The guy drops some great information. And so I applaud him for that. He spoke about, the whole crash thing. And then I just want to kind of follow up with that because it's not a crash. See, agents in real estate understand that it's called a shift. There's always a shift in the market. So if you understand that there's always a shift, right, then you know how to move during the changes or the seasons in the real estate market. There's ups and downs like with anything else, just like the stock market, right? So you have to know how to play. In the stock market, you know to buy when you're high or you know when to short, right? So you have to play, don't buy high, buy low, sell high, right? And then you know when to short, right? So you have to know that game. It's the same thing as far as investing and knowing when to come in at the best deal, right? So you get the best deal and then you turn around and you flip it and sell it and get the best sale, right? So that's the same information. But right now, with the way the housing market is looking, it's hard because you have sellers that are sitting high and then you have the interest rates sitting high. And I'm telling you guys, we're going to get to 8%. That's a promise. It's not that it's my promise because I'm going to go to the banks and tell them to do it. I don't have that kind of authority clearly, but I can promise you that that's where we're headed, right? So the interest rates for the federal funds rate, I should say, are climbing, and therefore the cost of doing business for banks is going to go up. Now, the froggy thing that's happening is that banks are turning around and dropping rates somehow. So that's like the cost of doing business for you is one number, but you're getting less and less of the margins you need to see as far as profit is concerned. That's very questionable. I don't know how they plan on moving forward with that, but I can promise you that that's not a positive future. So especially when I'm starting to see now side articles and information about banks in the U.S. losing their butts right now, right? So that's not okay. So understanding that the housing market is doing what it's doing, you have to know how to invest in this climate. Pay attention to the foreclosures, okay? It's an unhappy topic, but it's not non-existent. It exists, and it's a strong problem right now that is not being spoken about. And all I can say is by the time people start talking about it, you're probably too late to jump in, right? So if you get a chance, definitely look into that. There is a company called 72 let me clear my throat here. 72 sold. 72 sold. And this company it specifically works with Keller Williams in getting your property sold. Literally, I mean, their motto is 72. And I don't know if that's applied to it being 72 hours that they're going to get their property sold. I'm not sure, but their business model is great as far as getting your property listed and then getting it off, like offloading it and moving on to your next venture. Definitely look into that. Look out for their commercials because it's coming your way, and it looks like a pretty strong product. So I think that's pretty awesome. A statistic that I was looking at, and Clear Value Tax brought it up as well, and I looked further into it. August this year to October this year, there has been a mass exodus from California. Now, I don't know where they all went. I'm sure those statistics, I could look into it and find out further. But from August to October this year, almost 70,000, is literally 69,000, but almost 70,000 people have left the state of California. That's crazy. I don't even know what to say about that, but it's clear that the economy in California is not ideal, right? So what do you do with that? What does that even mean? I can tell you what it means, in my opinion, is that's no good. That sucks. Man, does that suck. If I was there, I would have left too. That's all I can say. Just from what I've seen and what's going on out there, it's a mood point. You know what I mean? It's not okay. It's really not okay. So moving on from that. All right. So I took some notes here because I like my trusty notes, and I was talking about the rental market for 2023 and where that is headed. Obviously, landlords right now are just kicking butt with the rental market, but there is a silver lining in the sky. So I was researching, and, I am working towards the developer direction of investments and business. Okay. Now, people are saying that, developers are losing their butts. And I've been saying, pay attention to a specific type of program because I know developers are very interested in this, and it is called rent to own. So if you can envision, if you are a developer, that you have a property and you have a long list of people that want to get in, but it seems like every other week rates are going up. So what they thought their mortgage was going to be, it's not going to be. You have insurance here in Florida specifically is just climbing. I'm talking about 40% jumps. People are like, who's going to insure my home, right? And so you have that kind of nonsense happening. You having property taxes jump because they're trying to catch up in the cities and in the counties as far as their expenses are concerned, and how do they capitalize on their expenses, but with taxes, right? So the cost of living, period, is going up. So the cost of purchasing a home is just not as great. So there's this company, and I discovered, and they're not that I discovered, but I found out, and it's called Landis. And their business model is you go and you find your dream home. Now, I don't get anything for telling you guys this. This was just some research I was doing, and I thought it was epic. And I'm the guy that will just share that info with you. If they decide to come back to me and give me a great T-shirt, that's awesome. I don't care. So here's the deal, right? You find your dream home, right? Yippee. Okay. They go. And obviously you fill out their application. So I'm sure there is some sort of guidelines and income that you need to meet based on the home that you want for the deal. It's not like you can make $5 an hour, but find $1 million home and say that's my dream home and they go buy it for you. No, it doesn't work like that. So I'm pretty sure that there's a thorough vetting process, but you find your dream home. Okay. They buy it for you and you rent it from them. Then you build your credit to where you need to be and save your down payment. So obviously, if they're going to entertain this, you must have the ability to save the number that they need you to save so that you can get into that home, right? It's all going to make sense. At the same time, you're probably not going to be renting that at some sort of ridiculously low number where it's not lucrative to them at the same time either, right? So obviously there's some given, that's going on there. So This is what happens. And so you qualify, you get your credit. If your credit's a situation, you get your money saved. If your